Hello and welcome to All Wise YouTube channel. I am Prince Mishra. This session have been organized to just help those students who have just started their preparation and they have decided that they will prepare UPSC examination with geography optional. Whenever a new students will start preparation with geography optional, they will come across with so many challenges. Some of the challenges like which books we need to study, from which book we need to start the preparation, whether we should go for the bulky books or we should start with some of the very basic books, when to start map marking, when to start answer writing, whether we need to go for the answer writing from the day one or first we need to develop some of the concept and then we need to go for the answer writing. What extent we need to go for the answer writing, the nature of the examination, nature of questions of the geography changing in last few years, more and more questions of being asked of contemporary issues. So how to prepare the contemporary issues, whether the contemporary issue needs to be prepared right from the beginning or it can be tackled in later part. So these are some of the issues that any UPSC aspirant, when he or she is just starting their preparation, faces. So in today's session, I will try to answer some of the important pointers, and these pointers will be very helpful to most of the aspirants who are just beginners and who are just preparing geography optional. We'll take up each issue one by one. The very basic thing that students encounter, especially when they have decided that I need to go with the geography optional, is books. Which books needs to be studied? So which books needs to be studied? As far as books are concerned, so we are not having any dearth of the book, and as far as the name of the books is also concerned, so internet, we have in this present information is we have so many sources to know that which books needs to be studied. So there is no dearth of the name of the books. आप इंटरनेट पे एक बार सर्च करेंगे आपको सैकड़ों किताबें मिलेंगी कि ये किताब आप पढ़ लीजिए. But first of all, when you are going to just start your preparation, you just need to ask yourself this question, that I am the beginner and I am just very new to this subject, so which books I need to look out? So it is not that you just get to know that we have the 20 books and you have just gone to the market and you have purchased all the 20 books and you will start reading. Because just try to understand that, let's say some 6th standard students just started reading mathematics. If the 6th standard students will be provided class 12th calculus or any mathematics books, so just try to imagine that what that student will feel. That student will get almost, he or she will feel like I am not able to understand anything, and over the period of time they will start hating the mathematics. Very similarly, most of the students who have just decided that I am going to go with the geography optional, they need to understand that there are different sets of the books that needs to be referred at the different point of time. So it is not that the moment you have decided to go with the geography optional and you have gone in the market and you have purchased the most popular book, that is Savinder Singh, and you have started reading. The moment you will start reading, you will not understand much of the concept and it will appear like you that this subject is not for me. So first of all the students who are just new to this subject, they need to understand that initially they should not run behind the reference book. First of all, they need to segregate, they need to divide the books in two categories. One is basic books and the other one is reference. Basics are like, it will give you the feel of the subject. because majority of the students who opt for the geography optional, they happens to be not from the geography. So someone who haven't studied the geography till their graduation and suddenly they are going to opt the geography optional because of the nature of the geography, it is little bit scientific. It is a perfect blend of humanity and scientific. So it is equally favorable for the science background students and also for the humanity background students. That is why the most students go with the geography option. So you haven't studied the geography for 20-21 years. Most of your, you can say 7-8 years of your schooling, right from the 10th standard, then 10+2, then graduation, and now suddenly you have picked up the book and you are thinking that on the day one itself you should understand all the major concept, you should understand all the things of the geography. So your expectation is not correct. You need to have a right expectation. So that is why you need to segregate the books in the two categories, that is basic books and reference books. Basic books are like, it will give you the feel of the subject. It will give you the feel of the subject. You will start understanding, okay, what is the boundary line of the subject? Because as far as optional is concerned, I am sure that most of the students, their reference point is the syllabus that UPSC has given. So just you have gone through the syllabus and based on the syllabus you have identified these are the topics that I need to study. Now you have identified that these are the topics that I need to study, so you will just pick up the books and you will start reading. That is how most of the students think that the preparation should be. But you will also need to understand that yes, this is required, but this is not required right from the day one. First of all, once you have decided that yes, I am going to go with this particular optional, that is geography, so you need to understand that what is geography. What is the nature of geography? What is nature of geography? What is scope of geography? So these are the things that you need to understand. But one thing that you all need to also have clarity. Of all these questions, you will get an answer in a chapter that you are supposed to study, जो आपके syllabus में geographical thought. तो geographical thought या geographical philosophies जो आपके syllabus में है, उसमें basically इसी मुद्दे पे चर्चा की गई, किस तरीके से geography discipline evolve हुई, how it has evolved over the period of time, what are the different thinkers, what were their contributions. So all these have been discussed. But that is also not correct. So if you will write on the day one itself, you will start reading the geographical thoughts, geographical philosophies, perspective in human geography. So that is also not going to help you out. You will start getting bored. You will not be able to understand what is the idea of the Hertzsprung, what is the idea of Peter Haggett. वो चीजें आपको complicate करेगी. That is why you need to get the answer of all these questions through your own understanding. So how you will get that answer? So the best way to get the answer is, first of all, read the basics. वहां पे आप टॉपिक्स देखिए, क्या क्या टॉपिक्स आपको पढ़ने को मिल रहा है. उस पर्टिकुलर चैप्टर में कोई कंटेंट दिया गया है. Now try to think why this content is given. So the moment you will start reading the NCERT, you will find that in the NCERT they are discussing about the universe. When you will go through with the geography, the basic definition of the geography, the basic, you can say the most popular definition of the geography is nothing but it is the study of the earth's surface. Even if you will go with little bit explained version of the definition of the geography, one of the most acceptable and most widely, you can say, correct definition of the geography is given by one of the modern geographer, that is Richard Hertzsprung. So Richard Hertzsprung defines the geography. Geography is concerned to provide accurate, orderly and rational description and interpretation of the variable characters of the earth's surface. So even the Hartshorne is also talking about the earth's surface. One of the contemporary of the Hartshorne, that is also one of the great human geographer, that is Peter Haggett. Peter Haggett is also defining the geography. Geography is most succinctly defined as the study of the earth's surface as the space within which human population lives. So even the Peter Haggett is considering about the earth. So when you will go with the academic aspect, you will find that the geography is mainly the study of the earth's surface. लेकिन जैसे ही आप एनसीईआरटी क्लास 6 की स्टार्ट करेंगे, वहां पे आप देखेंगे कि आपकी शुरुआत यूनिवर्स से हो रही, यूनिवर्स के बारे में बताया जा रहा, स्टार के बारे में बताया जा रहा. You are also getting some of the information about the some of the other planets, galaxies. So why? So you need to ask yourself that why I am studying this. Latitude, longitude, rotation, revolution. So what I am trying to make you understand is that there is one academic aspect of understanding that what is geography, what is nature of geography, what is the scope of geography, that is well explained by the renowned geographer जो आप पढ़ेंगे. लेकिन उससे पहले आपके लिए भी ये जरूरी है to get a feeling of the subject, और वो feeling of the subjects will only come when you will pick up that book which you are able to understand. So that is why it is important for you to divide the books in two categories, that is basic books and the reference books. Now what are the basic books? The most important books that from where you all needs to start your preparation of the geography optional is NCERT. But again, in NCERT it is important to pick up the right book. So you will needed class 6 to 12th NCERT. But imagine that you have just started your preparation और आपने ज्योग्राफी ऑप्शनल लिया और आपको लगा कि नहीं ठीक है, क्लास 6 to 10 तक की ज्योग्राफी एनसीईआरटी की ज्यादा यूजफुल नहीं है, आई विल डायरेक्टली स्टार्ट विद द क्लास 11. सो क्लास 11 यू विल स्टार्ट रीडिंग द क्लास 11 ज्योग्राफी. आपने एक चैप्टर उठाया, लैंडफॉर्म डेवलपमेंट. नाउ you have started reading the landform development. After going through 2 paragraphs, you are like that you are not able to understand anything. So first of all you will say, okay, all right, today I am not going to study. I will first study the GS. I will first study some of the subjects of the GS and then I will come back. And these things will get repeated. So on the daily basis, you will wake up, you will read the newspaper, you will read your GS subjects, you will attend some of the classes, you will attempt some of the objective questions, and once you will start reading the NCERT class 11, you will be like that I am not able to understand. And in this way you will be able to waste your 2 months, 3 months, because in this preparation, most of you who are preparing this for UPSC from last 1 to 2 years, they must have come across with this problem, that how the days will become, the days will pass into weeks, the weeks will pass into the months will pass into the year. So even after completing the 1 year, you will not be able to complete the class 11th NCERT. So it is not the problem of class 11th NCERT, it is you who has just picked up the class 11th NCERT without having the basic idea of the subject, without inculcating the geographical understanding. So first of all, you need to pick up the right books जहां से आपको बेसिक इंफॉर्मेशन भी मिले और वो इंफॉर्मेशन इतनी इजी हो दैट यू विल बी एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड. Because the moment you will start understanding the concept, you will be like, you will feel like yes, I am understanding. और जब भी कोई चीज आपको समझ में आने लगेगी तो वो बहुत सरल आपको लगने लगेगी. बट मेकिंग थिंग्स सिंपल इज नॉट दैट मच सिंपल. सो अगर आपको सिंपल लग रही थी इसलिए नहीं वो सिंपल है, बिकॉज योर अप्रोच वॉज द राइट. So that is why when you will start reading the books, start with the class 6 to 12th NCERT. So don't directly start with the class 11th or 12th. पहले 6th पढ़िए, फिर 7th पढ़िए, फिर 8th पढ़िए, फिर 9th पढ़िए, फिर 10th पढ़िए, एंड देन मूव टू द क्लास 11th एंड क्लास 12th NCERT. NCERTs are going to be the most important books जो आपको पढ़नी ही है. And NCERT is not to complete the syllabus. One more thing. Please be very clear that NCERTs are not to complete the geography optional syllabus. NCERTs are more than sufficient if you will complement with some other books for the GS geography. But for the optional geography, NCERTs are not sufficient, and also NCERT is not for the completing the syllabus. That is the one of the mistake most of the students do. क्योंकि उनको ये लगता है कि अच्छा NCERT पढ़ लिया तो सिलेबस हो गया. NCERTs will give you some of the basic idea. NCERTs will help you out in identifying nature क्या है सब्जेक्ट का, स्कोप क्या है, इसका दायरा क्या है. NCERTs will help you out in summarizing the things. So might be you have studied the plate tectonic theory, you know all the concept that is being given, but how to summarize that plate tectonic theory in 2 paragraphs? So that you will find in the NCERT. So NCERTs should be referred only to get a feeling of the subject. NCERT should not be referred to understand the subject, because वो understanding, वो elaboration जो optional में चाहिए, that is not there in the NCERTs. So NCERTs की एक limitation है और उस limitation को आपको भी समझना होगा. So first start with the NCERTs. Then there is a very beautiful book, very good book, which almost all the geography aspirants needs to study. और वो बाकी रेफरेंस बुक से पहले पढ़नी चाहिए. तो ऐसा नहीं बाकी रेफरेंस बुक आप पढ़ लें फिर उसके बाद पढ़ें, पहले पढ़नी चाहिए. दैट इज Certificate in Human and Economic Geography by the G.C. Leong. This G.C. Leong's book is very good. It is very useful for diagrams. It is very beautiful for the diagram. It is very beautiful, very good for the examples. Examples for world geography. Be it related to the very elaborative examples of landforms, be it related to the very elaborative examples of biomes. So climatic classification part 2 में almost all the climatic classifications have been discussed in separate chapters. So be it equatorial climate is there, be it British type climate, be it Mediterranean type climate. So very beautiful examples वर्ल्ड ज्योग्राफी को आपको मिलेंगे, डायग्राम मिलेंगे, एंड दीज एग्जांपल्स कैन बी प्रेजेंटेड व्हाइल राइटिंग द आंसर इन द फॉर्म ऑफ केस स्टडीज. तो पेपर 1 में किस तरीके से केस स्टडी का इस्तेमाल किया जा सकता है वो आपको इस बुक में मिलेगा. बट यस, यू नीड टू स्टडी दिस बुक ओनली व्हेन यू हैव स्टडीड द एनसीईआरटी. आपको कुछ बेसिक आइडिया है तभी आप इस बुक को पढ़ें. Whether you are reading the NCERTs or whether you are studying the G.C. Leong book, one thing you should not miss, that is having an atlas. So you should have an atlas, and my suggestion will be that you should have at least 2 school atlas. So you should have 2 school atlas, different publications. So 2 school atlas you need to have. And whatever the location you are coming across, this is something which students after spending 3-4 years, they also struggle. So if you don't want to be in the same boat, अगर आप वो गलती नहीं करना चाहते जो बाकी स्टूडेंट ने किया है कि 3 साल 4 साल प्रिपरेशन करने के बाद still they are looking out that how to prepare the map, and especially the locations that are being asked in the पेपर 2 जो आपके एग्जाम में पूछी जा रही है या प्रीलिम्स में जो लोकेशंस आ रही हैं, तो एक बेहतर मैप की प्रिपरेशन हो. फॉर दैट व्हाट यू नीड टू डू राइट फ्रॉम द बिगिनिंग, व्हेन यू हैव जस्ट स्टार्टेड रीडिंग द एनसीईआरटीज, जीसी लियोंग, कीप अ सेपरेट नोटबुक. सो कीप अ सेपरेट नोटबुक एंड नोट डाउन ऑल द लोकेशंस. So note down all the locations that you will encounter in the NCERTs, you will encounter in your GC Leong book, सभी locations को आप एक notebook, separate notebook में note करिए. Also, make sure that when you are noting down the location, you should leave some space. Because as far as the paper 2 is concerned, India specific जो भी location होंगी उसके लिए आपको write up भी लिखना होगा. So you should leave some space जिससे आप बाद में उसके बारे में 20 वर्ड, 30 वर्ड, 50 वर्ड्स का राइट अप लिख सकें. This is not very easy exercise. When you will think, when you will, let's say what I am saying today, most of the student might be knowing earlier also. तो हो सकता है बहुत सारी चीजें आपको पहले से पता हो, but the problem is not knowing, the problem is doing. So this is something that you need to do. If you will just think, okay, all right, I will do it once I will complete the class 6. जब ठीक है एक बार NCERT पढ़ लें फिर करेंगे, नहीं होगी. So this will only happen when you will start noting down. कोई बात नहीं, आप पूरे वीक में केवल 2 लोकेशन लिखिए, but note it down. क्योंकि नेक्स्ट वीक जब आप स्टार्ट करेंगे, you have already noted down 2 locations, so it will be like 2 plus 1 or 2 plus 2. So that is the way, that is the approach that you should have, that you need to do it. One more thing that you all should do, whenever you are reading the NCERTs, because as I have already said that if you have decided to go with the geography optional, so I am sure that you must be very well versed with the syllabus. So syllabus आप देखा ही होगा, the different topics that you must you need to go through, वो आपने देखा होगा. Those who have not elaborately gone for the syllabus, definitely they can find the syllabus on UPSC website. They can find the syllabus on our website uallbyes.com. In earlier I also have done some session जहाँ पे I have discussed about the syllabus. So you need to go through with the syllabus. So जिनको syllabus के बारे में पता है, so they must be knowing the different topics. Now let's suppose that you are having the geomorphology, and in geomorphology will have the different topics. Now let's say you will have a topics of fundamentals of geomagnetism, geosyncline, plate tectonic, continental drift, isostasy. So these are the topics that you need to study. तो ये आपको पढ़ना है. So I am sure that all of you must be knowing कि ये सारे topic आपको पढ़ने. But उसके साथ में, let's suppose that you will have a topic called continental drift. You will have a topic called geosyncline. So my suggestion is, when you are studying the NCERT, whenever you will come across with term geosyncline, rather than trying to understand the whole concept of geosyncline, try to prepare a write-up where you are able to explain the geosyncline in 20-25 words. So this is something that is going to be very helpful in answer writing. क्योंकि बहुत बार बहुत से ऐसे स्टूडेंट्स होंगे जिनको चीजें सब पता है. So they know each and everything about the volcanism. But if it will be asked like, what is volcanism? Write in 15 words. So they will start thinking कि लिखें क्या? Types of volcano लिखें, distribution of volcano लिखें, landform of volcano लिखें, क्या लिखें? So this is something that you need to work hard. And I used to say it like keywords. Keywords from NCERT. So when you are studying the NCERT, you need to focus on two things. That is preparation of the keywords from the NCERTs, and the second I already have explained, that is preparation of location. All the location that you are coming across. One more thing, this is something which some of the new students will try to miss it, because several aspirants think that location means only the physical location. So once you will come across with some mountains, some rivers, some lakes, some deserts, you will be like, yes, it is a location. But the moment you are coming across with some industrial town, some grassland, some of the forest, some of the towns, political states, so these are also the location. So any location, be it from the physical part, be it from the human part, you need to note it down. So your location needs to be very exhaustive. And also sometimes you will be like, you need to note down some of the old names of some locations. So like Middle East, like Southeast, like Far East. So when you will go through with the NCERT, then you will come across with these terms, and these terms you need to note it down. You need to note it down. Other than the conventional mountains, rivers, plains, plateaus, deserts. So these are the things that you need to know. These two things looks like very simple thing, but these are very exhaustive, and its utility is almost, you can say, invaluable. Because if you will prepare this, you will never face a problem in writing the answer, specifically introduction. तो आपको introduction में कभी दिक्कत नहीं आएगी, because most of the time, even those who already have given the mains, 1 mains, 2 mains, who have written the mains, when they come across, वो जब आते हैं answer writing करने के लिए, and when they sit with me, so the one thing which most of the students, you can say, faces problem is structuring. कंटेंट, बहुत सारे ऐसे स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं जिनका कंटेंट, बॉडी पार्ट, कंसेप्चुअल क्लैरिटी बहुत अच्छी है, बट हाउ टू फ्लो योर आंसर, आपके आंसर का फ्लो किस तरीके से हो, दैट यू आर राइटिंग द वेल स्ट्रक्चर्ड इंट्रोडक्शन, देन बॉडी, देन कंक्लूजन, राइट फ्रॉम द वर्ड, फर्स्ट वर्ड टू द लास्ट वर्ड. एग्जामिनर इज नॉट लाइक ये क्या लिखा. सो द बिगेस्ट प्रॉब्लम मोस्ट ऑफ द स्टूडेंट फेसेस इज इंट्रोडक्शन, और उनको लगता है कि इंट्रोडक्शन तो बाद में टैकल करेंगे. सो दैट इज नॉट द राइट अप्रोच. इंट्रोडक्शन कैन बी टैकल्ड टू अ लार्ज एक्सटेंट इफ यू विल डू दिस एक्सरसाइज, और ये एक्सरसाइज करनी आपको है जब आप प्रिपरेशन शुरू कर रहे हैं. सो अगर आपको कॉन्सेप्ट वोल्केनो का पूरा नहीं पता, दैट इज अंडरस्टैंडेबल, बिकॉज यू आर वेरी न्यू टू द ज्योग्राफी ऑप्शनल. अभी आपको महीने, 2 महीने, 4 महीने हुए प्रिपरेशन करते हुए. But if you will do this exercise, you will be able to write 15 word, 20 word, well structured word. What is volcano? What is earthquake? What is rotation of the earth? What is revolution of the earth? So all these things you will be able to do. So it will be very helpful. All right. So you need to go through with the NCERT class 6 to 12. Then you need to refer Certificate of Human and Economic Geography by G.C. Leong, very beautiful book. Then you also need Atlas. Other than this, right from the starting, make an habit of reading the newspaper. Reading newspaper is not new. I am sure that most of the aspirants must be going through with the newspaper. But why I am writing this newspaper? I am writing this newspaper from geographical approach. और ये geographical approach से तभी आप पढ़ पाएंगे when you will have a good understanding of syllabus. So when you are understanding, when you are aware that what are the different topics that is part of the syllabus. So when you are having a well idea that we have the physical geography, in physical geography we have geomorphology, climatology, oceanography, biogeography, environmental geography, In physical geography, specifically we have environment. Then we have economic geography. In economic geography we have agriculture, we have industry, we have trade, we have transport, we have infrastructure, we have energy, regional planning, settlement, population, numerous things. So when you are having clarity, let's say government is coming out with a proposal to have a better waste disposal in urban bodies. So a new method, new methodology is being, some legislation is being done, some municipality is borrowing some, they are involving some of the foreign institution to just have the better waste disposal. So let's suppose that you have come across that news. तो अगर आपको क्लैरिटी है दैट यस वेस्ट डिस्पोजल इज पार्ट ऑफ द एनवायरमेंट ऑल्सो, वेस्ट डिस्पोजल इज पार्ट ऑफ द पर्टिकुलरली रिलेटेड टू द अर्बन सेटलमेंट ऑल्सो, बिकॉज दिस इज द वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट प्रॉब्लम इन अर्बन एरिया, पोल्यूशन. सो इट विल गिव यू द आइडिया कि ठीक है, ये इट इज लाइक यू नीड टू बी इन दैट कंडीशन वेयर यू आर मैपिंग the article, the information that you are coming across with a different part of your syllabus. This is one of the biggest, you can say, if you will be able to do this right from the beginning. And one more thing, ये जब आप reading the newspaper start करेंगे तो पहले दिन से ही you should not have that expectation. तो right from the first day you should not be like कि हाँ ठीक है, आपने जैसे ही न्यूज आई and you will be able to process कि किस टॉपिक से है. Because first you need to have some perseverance, first you need to go with that news regularly. तो जहां पे आप 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, along with the classes, along with the answer writing, सब कुछ के साथ आप पढ़ रहे हैं, then you will be able to identify, all right, this is the news. So might be there is a new oceanic marine policy. So there is some new rules and regulation related to the GM crops, genetically modified crop. So ऐसे जब भी न्यूज आएंगे तो you need to have that kind of understanding कि किस part of the syllabus है. And once you will be able to do, so if you will just note it down, so this will help you out tackling contemporary issues. Contemporary issues is like one of the biggest challenge that most of the geography students facing, because contemporary issues becomes challenging due to various reason, not one reason. पहला रीजन ये है कि it is broadening the scope of the geography. तो geography is not a static subject. क्योंकि बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट को लगता है कि ठीक है, ये सारी टॉपिक्स हैं ज्योग्राफी में, ज्योग्राफी क्या है, ये तो कन्वेंशनल सब्जेक्ट है, स्टैटिक टॉपिक है, ये पढ़ लो काम हो जाएगा. सो मोर एंड मोर कंटेम्प्रेरी बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस आर बीइंग आस्क्ड. इट सिंपली मींस दैट स्कोप ऑफ ज्योग्राफी इज वाइडनिंग. तो आपको बहुत कुछ पढ़ना पड़ेगा, आपको ज्यादा पढ़ना पड़ेगा. दैट इज वन थिंग. द सेकेंड थिंग इज व्हेन लेट्स से यू आर स्टडीइंग ए टॉपिक कॉल्ड एज प्लेट टेक्टोनिक. So plate tectonic is like scientific approach. So what is the theory, what is the concept, what are the examples? So जो question पूछे जाएंगे plate tectonics पे, वो बहुत हद तक that will be on the, you can say, you already know it. If you have prepared properly, so you are in a position where you can predict. But when it is a contemporary issues, so contemporary issues like subjectivity. So in physical geography or in static part, there will be more objectivity. And when there is objectivity, definitely most of the students, those who are hard working और जो बहुत लंबे समय से प्रिपरेशन करते हैं, उनको हमेशा एज मिलेगी. But when subjectivity is coming, so subjectivity will only be able to help those students who are updated, who are analytical. So analytical के लिए you need to have content. So if you want to present your viewpoint related to the GM crop, the government has provided a acceptance, government has provided go ahead for the GM mustard. Now whether that is right or wrong, so you need to know some of the examples जहाँ पे there has been some of the cases, negative aspect of the genetically modified crops, and also you need to have some of the positive side, how the crop production will increases, how the farmers productivity, farms productivity will increases. When the farms productivity increases, obviously the farmers income will increases. Farmers income will increases, so obviously farmers distress, the farmer suicide, the problem that the farmers are facing, that can be tackled. If the farmers income will increases, if the farmers distress will be tackled, obviously there will be a better rural development. If there is a rural development, definitely overall development in the country will happen, because majority of the population is in agriculture, majority of the population in the villages. So you need to have a holistic approach. And when you will be able to have holistic approach, when you will have a good content. तो अगर आपके पास content नहीं रहेगा तो it will be very difficult for you to have a analytical आप तभी हो पाएंगे जब when you will have a different information. So that is why when more and more questions are being asked contemporary, तो static वाले जो students हैं उनको definitely it is creating problem, but those students who are updated, those students who have prepared well in a structured manner, they will get benefited. तो इसी वजह से ऐसे स्टूडेंट के बहुत अच्छे नंबर आएंगे. पेपर 2 में बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स के 135 प्लस 140 they are scoring very easily. Why? Because more and more contemporary, and if you have this analytical ability and you are preparing the contemporary issues right from the beginning, so there won't be an issue. So my suggestion will be right from the reading the NCERT, जब से आप बेसिक पढ़ रहे हैं तो आप न्यूज़पेपर भी जरूर पढ़ें. If you are not able to read the newspaper, at least try to look out the magazine. जो भी आप मैगजीन पढ़ रहे हैं उस मैगजीन में जो भी ज्योग्राफी, ऑल दीज टॉपिक्स, जितने भी टॉपिक्स हैं इससे रिलेटेड जो भी इंफॉर्मेशन आती है, whatever the information, whatever the content you are coming across, keep on noting down, keep on understanding. So this is something that is how you need to study the basics. Once you are done, so reference book should not be directly referred, क्योंकि reference book में अगर आप जाएंगे, so obviously there will be some problem. Problem is like that you will get bored, आपको चीजें समझ में नहीं आएगी, and because most of the reference books are being written at graduation level. Now imagine that someone who is having engineering background, who is having medical background, they haven't studied geography for last 7-8 years, and directly they are touching up the book which is written, which is meant for the graduation, which is meant for the honors level. So definitely problem is bound to come. तो ऐसी problems ना आए उसके लिए you need to go with the basic. आपको अपना एक लेवल डेवलप करना पड़ेगा where you are able to understand that what is the geography, basic चीजें आपको समझ में आ गई, then you can go with the reference book. At the time of reference book, either you can go with the reference book or you can go with the some of the classes. Geography optional में classes के साथ यही फायदा होता है that you will be able to complete the syllabus in time bound manner. Because as far as physical geography is concerned, so physical geography sources is well available, but scope is wider. But when it comes to the human and economic geography, the sources itself become a challenging. So finding a right source for human and economic geography will become challenging. And all these problems will be taken care in the most of the classes. So if you will go with the classes, so definitely things will be much better. Anyway, as far as reference books are concerned, some of the reference book that you can go with. I used to recommend for all the physical geography, that is geomorphology, climatology, biogeography, environmental geography, oceanography, by Savindra Singh. So this book is very good, covers all the topic, so you can go with. One thing that you all needs to be very careful, that you are not supposed to study the book from cover to cover. So just pick out the topics of syllabus, जो topic आपके syllabus में लिखा गया है वही topic आप पढ़िए इन किताबों से. Now, other than this book, there is a very good book of human geography. So in human geography, the book written by Majid Hussain is very good. By the same writer, Majid Hussain, you will have one more book, that is Models and Theories in Geography. It is a very good book by Majid Hussain. Other than this, you will need a very good book for paper 2, which covers almost a large portion of paper 2, India Comprehensive Geography. By D.R. Khuller. So these are some of the basic books that you all can these are some of the reference book that you all needs to have. So for physical geography, these books, Models and Theories by Majid Hussain, Human Geography for Majid Hussain, India Comprehensive Geography by D.R. Khuller. Now, there are few more books that you will need it. Models and Geographical Thought. So perspective in human geography. For geographical thought, you will have a very good book by Sudipta Adhikari. Book is very good. Then Political Geography also by Sudipta Adhikari. Then we have Regional Planning. So you will have Chand and Puri. For Population Geography, you can go with the R.C. Chandana. Now, as far as the political geography is concerned, regional geography, regional planning is concerned, population geography is concerned, settlement geography is concerned, as far as my suggestion will be that you can manage with these two books, that is Human Geography by Majid Hussain and the Models and Theories. You need not to go for the you can say separate book, but yes, if you want to have, if you have that urge to go, so definitely you can buy these books. Other than this, also my suggestion will be that you should have dictionary. So all those who are going to prepare geography optional, they need to purchase the dictionary. So a dictionary will be very helpful. So you all needs to purchase the dictionary. As far as dictionary is concerned, so there will be lots of different publications dictionary. I will suggest either go with the Oxford or Penguin. And in this also, I will suggest that you should go with the separate one, where you will find physical geography dictionary separately and human geography dictionary separately. So physical geography dictionary and the human geography dictionary separately. So you need to look out these. So these are some of the reference book that you need to go with. Again, I will suggest that you should not try to read these reference book cover to cover. और बेहतर होगा अगर आप इन reference book का, इन dictionary का इस्तेमाल करेंगे along with the classes. Because in the classes, it will be like within the 4-5 months, your whole syllabus will be completed. Most of the students के सामने जो सबसे बड़ा, सबसे challenging part होता है, to complete the syllabus. Now the question arises that whether the syllabus is big or why the students will not be able to complete the syllabus. बहुत बार ऐसा होता है that might be students is preparing from last 2 years but still they are not able to complete the syllabus. Why? Because the first problem is that most of the students keep on focusing over the physical geography. अब सवाल ये उठता है क्यों? So physical geography they keep on focusing because that is something which they are well versed. Because वो GS पढ़ रहे हैं, किताबें बहुत easily available है, and most of the students who are having science background, so they will be able to understand very easily. Concept बहुत जल्दी समझ में आ जाएगा उनको. But when it comes to the human and economic geography, पहली बड़ा challenge है that the sources is not that much clear, या sources में topics are very much jumbled upon, so it is not at one place that everything is given, and then there is a lot of subjectivity involved. There is a lot of issues that are there in the human and economic geography. So because of that, most of the students keep on studying that physical geography and they forget this thing that you need to have your preparation according to the syllabus and also according to the recent trend in the examination. So what is the recent trend that you need to keep an eye on that? So if more and more questions are being asked from the human and economic geography and specifically the contemporary issues, so you should not give undue weightage to the physical geography. Because if you are preparing from 6-7 months and you have studied the only physical geography for 5 months and you have just studied the 2 months remaining chapters, and if you will not be able to get good marks, so you should not blame the subject. Because a lot of time what happens, students will, after getting the score of mains, they will start blaming. But they will never ask this question that how much time I have devoted. So if we have the 20 chapter, तो उन 20 chapters में मैंने सभी chapters को कितना समय दिया था? क्या मैंने सभी chapters को equal time दिया था? क्या सभी chapters में I was having a good content? क्या सभी chapter में मैं I was very much comfortable? So when it comes to the examination, might be the students have given 4-5 months to the only physical geography, 4-5 chapter ko, and in 2-3 months they have completed all the remaining chapters. But लेकिन जब number आएगा, they will start blaming the subject. So that you should avoid. You should not be having the same problem. तो उससे बचने के लिए you need to have that approach right from the beginning. So right from the beginning, you need to understand that I need to complete the whole syllabus, all the chapter. So it is not that you should stuck with your physical geography. तो वो तभी होगा when you are going with along with some program, when you are going with along with some classes. क्योंकि classes के साथ सबसे बड़ी advantage है that might be you are not able to understand any particular topic, all right, but still the classes will go on. तो आप अगले दिन दूसरा chapter, next week there will be a new chapter. So ultimately in this way you will have a holistic class notes, you will have a very exhaustive class notes, and also the whole syllabus will get completed. And when you have gone through the topic once, over the period of time, if you will keep on studying, if you will keep on asking the question to the teachers, mentor, so definitely things will be much better. Things will be much better. All right. So these are some of the books that you need to refer. Now moving to the next question. That new student faces a very challenging question. When to start answer writing? When to start answer writing, or how to start answer writing? How to start answer writing? As far as when to start answer writing is concerned, my suggestion will be, the moment you are studying the NCERT, you should start writing the answer. And in fact, I have exhaustively elaborated that how you should write. When I was elaborating that you need to pick up the keywords and you need to note it down, that is exactly what I am saying. So is starting में when you have just started your preparation and you are reading the NCERT, so in that initially you should not be bothered about the PYQ. You should not be bothered about whether you are able to understand the different paradigms in geography or not, whether you are able to understand the regional development, what are the different plans that the government over the period of time have launched. But initially, it is very important for you to know what is the rotation of the earth. Initially, it is very important for you to know that what is landform. What are the different processes, forces which create the landform. So, when to start answer writing is when you are reading NCERT. One very good way of answer writing is like back of the chapter of NCERT, you will get some questions. So try to answer those questions. Try to ask yourself that what is the answer of this question and try to write. So initially, either you can pick out some of the in most of the classes, even if you will join my classes, I will give lots of basic questions initially, जिसको हम लोग कहते हैं daily answer writing. So आप उसको लिख सकते हैं. But other than this, if you are preparing your own and you are just reading the NCERT, तो कोई भी chapter पढ़ेंगे तो chapter के end में you will have a questions. So try to solve those questions, and how? Try to just note it down. Try to just answer by yourself. तो अपने आप से आप आंसर करने का प्रयास करिए. And after writing the answer, just go through with the chapter, go through with that topic once again. So initially don't look out that I need to give it to evaluate someone. No. इनिशियल लेवल में आपको इवैल्यूएशन के लिए परेशान नहीं होना, बिकॉज लॉट ऑफ स्टूडेंट कम टू मी एंड इनिशियली, और पहला ही उनका सवाल सर स्ट्रक्चरिंग. इनिशियली व्हेन यू आर जस्ट स्टार्टेड रीडिंग द सब्जेक्ट, व्हेन यू हैव जस्ट स्टार्टेड प्रिपेयरिंग द सब्जेक्ट, यू नीड नॉट टू बॉदर मच अबाउट द स्ट्रक्चरिंग, द इंट्रोडक्शन, कंक्लूजन. तो वो प्रोसेस है दैट यू कैन think that you can focus after giving 4-5 months to this subject. So initially, सबसे पहले when you are reading the NCERT, you need to just write the answer of the questions that is given back of your chapter, or if you are attending some classes, so daily answer writing करिए. Initially, your focus should be more on writing. That are you able to write 50 words, 100 words? And writing according to the concept. क्या जो concept पूछा जा रहा है वो आप लिख पा रहे हैं, and how simplified. So initially focus on writing simple sentence. Try to simplify the concept that are being asked. And always try to write in such a manner कि कोई भी concept आप लिख रहे हैं, if that is being studied, that is being read by a 5th, 6th class standard student, so they can also understand it. And if you are writing in that language, so that is like perfect answer. So जितना ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा आप simplify करेंगे starting में, that is going to be very advantageous for you. Once you have done this for 4-5 months regularly, continuously, then you need to go for the proper answer writing. So that proper answer writing should be guided. Guided answer writing means it should be under some mentorship. Because a lot of time what happens, might be I am writing good, but whether I am writing according to the demand of UPSC or not. So that is very important. So that might be you are not able to understand. So when you will write under some mentorship, so definitely things will be much better, and the mentor will guide you that what changes you need to have. Might be conceptual clarity is good, but you are not able to express yourself, or what is the demand of the question, you are not able to meet that. So that is why it is very important. So again, answer writing should be in different levels. So it should not be a generalized answer writing. So answer writing should be in different levels. Initially focus करिए कि आप लिखने का. So initially आप केवल लिखने का focus करिए. You need not to worry much about that how I am writing. अच्छा लिख रहा हूं कि नहीं लिख रहा हूं. Initially you should just focus on writing. Once you have started writing or you have inculcated that behavior of answer writing, फिर आप after 4-5 months, then you can look out that whether you are writing well, what is the problems, and that can only be identified in the guided manner. So this is very important. So these are some of the books that you need to refer. This is how you can start your preparation. So all those who are new to this subjects and they have just decided to go with the geography optional and they are like going through with all these questions, doubts, कि कैसे पढ़ें, कहाँ से पढ़ें. So I think if you will go through with this session, so definitely it will be helpful. But in the end, I just wanted to say one thing. Because a lot of students have this desire, a lot of students aspire to just I will do this. But the problem comes when they are going to do this. That is why I used to say it regularly that clarity comes through action, not thought. So whatever you know, that is fine, but you have to do it. तो आपने एक प्लान बनाया कि अगले एक हफ्ते में मुझे क्लास 6 की एनसीईआरटी कंप्लीट करनी है, बट जब तक आप वो चैप्टर शुरू नहीं करेंगे, पहला जब तक आप एनसीईआरटी ओपन नहीं करेंगे, इट विल बी लाइक हाउ द वीक्स विल पास, यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू आइडेंटिफाई, द वीक्स विल टर्न इनटू द मंथ्स. सो द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज डूइंग लेस बट डूइंग इट रेगुलरली. Whatever is being suggested, या जैसे ही अगर आप यूपीएससी में ज्योग्राफी ऑप्शनल से प्रिपेयर करना चाहते हैं तो आपको यू नीड टू डू इट ऑन द रेगुलर बेसिस. तो आप एनसीईआरटी जब तक रेगुलरली जब तक पढ़ना शुरू नहीं करेंगे और पढ़ के जब तक आप कीवर्ड्स की लिस्ट नहीं बनाएंगे, जब तक आप कोई एक आंसर लिखेंगे नहीं, तब तक यू विल बी ऑलवेज सर्चिंग द आंसर ऑफ द क्वेश्चन लाइक हाउ टू स्टार्ट. सो माई सजेशन विल बी that yes, you should know the things, you should know that which books needs to be referred, but आप ये भी करिए कि you should start doing that. So try to act upon whatever you know, because if you will act upon, believe me, after just spending few months, these subjects will look like very easy. Geography में अगर आपको आएगा, अगर आपको चीजें पता हैं, तो it will be like why this question is being asked. So it will be very easy. So if you will do it and do it in a structured manner, in a proper manner, in a guided manner, so things will be much better. So that's it from my side, and if you have any query, any doubts, so you can ask, you can reach me out, you can comment. I will definitely try to help you out. Thank you so much.